Renowned for its isolation and beauty, I knew this would be a week to remember. With a population of under 1,000 permanent residents, it's one of the last frontiers of the true, raw, unadulterated Aotea. Shortly after arriving at our accommodation, I was super keen on getting in the water. Our host Peter offered to drop me in a nearby point while he soft-baited. Needless to say, I jumped at the opportunity. Here is the very first dive of the trip. After seeing a butterfish from the surface, I decided to drop down on top of this rock and wait for him to reappear. At this point he shows himself. I try not to move too quickly towards him, wait until I'm out of sight, move my gun, line him up, really take my time. I want to take a good shot on this fish. There we are, right behind the gills. Good start to the trip, really happy with this. I love eating butterfish. After this first butterfish, I decide to move out a little bit deeper and see what I can come across. Here I am, make it to the bottom of this weed line. Before I do anything, I get right down to the bottom. Don't even look up. Do some dusting, do some grunting. You want to appear as non-threatening to the fish as possible. And you can see this when I look up here. Two quite large poré just sitting right there, real comfortable with my presence. Not scared at all. Until I start moving around a little bit more and they kind of start to move off. At this point I'm just waiting for something more interesting to come through. These aren't really a fish that I like to shoot or eat. But nice to be down here even though no target species really at this point. I can see something spooked in here. Look to the right, see if there was anything. Can't see anything. Look behind me and there's two more just sitting in this gut. So at this point I'm quite impressed with what I'm seeing, but decided to head to the surface. Here I am, same weed line, the very next dive. As I'm waiting on the bottom, I start to see this John Dory slowly approaching me. I make sure not to move too quickly, really taking my time with this one, don't want to scare him. At this point I start to line him up, wait for him to move out in front of that rock, and then take my shot. This actually goes through the eyes, but still a good holder. Love eating these fish, one of my favourites for sure. This next dive is just a bit of a scenic one, checking out what's happening, not really taking it too seriously, but like real nice to see numbers of fish like that, especially demersals. Really mesmerising when there's that many. This next clip is a very good example of how fish will be more comfortable with you if they can't see your entire body. So here I'm just hiding under some kelp stems, seeing it will come up, and a score of like quite large drummers appears. I'd estimate most of these fish to be around 15-20 pounds. Like real chill up until I move out from these weeds here. You can see they start to give me a bit more space, kind of spread out a little bit. Here we are loading the boat trailer onto the car, getting ready for a nice early day, make the most of it. Here we are at the first spot for the morning. I'm down at the bottom, see a lot of blue mau-maus with some koru milling about with them. I select the biggest fish in the school, line up and just wait for the right shot, wait for him to come in and present me with what I'm looking for. Here he starts to come around now, swims in closer, turns broadside and I take a shot. It's really important to take your time with these fish because a lot of times if you take a shot and miss it, you'll never see them again. So really just take the 100% ones. In this next clip here, I'm kind of laying at the bottom of a ledge on my back, seeing if anything will swim by, but I still have my gun extended out over the ledge where I'm expecting to see a fish. So I give it a bit of time before turning back onto my front and look over the left hand side of it. I see this nice butterfish up there, wait for him to cruise out of sight and then I take this opportunity to move up a bit more. He's still there, I haven't spooked him, he swims right in front of me and I take a good shot. Right between the spine and the brainstem. Instant kill, this is what you're looking for when you're spearfishing, very humane to the fish, no pain suffered whatsoever. In this last clip I see two corals swimming around by where the waves are. Take a shot on one and he actually swims straight towards me. I don't know if this is an intentional thing or not, but he ends up getting me pretty wrapped up on my float line and shooting line. Anyways, thanks for watching this episode and we'll catch you on the next one.